What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Listen, from beginner tips to expert level wizardry of animation canceling, yes, that's a real thing, I've compiled a list of the 20 top tips and tricks of things that I wish I knew a lot sooner while playing Marvel Rivals. Listen, I've sunk in hundreds of hours into this game at this point, going back all the way to the alpha. I too have screamed at my PC as if it's had something to do with my DPS trying to John Wick the entire team. I totally feel you guys. And I also just question why some of these things aren't just in the tutorial. From beginner to expert, you guys can use the timestamps to jump around. Let's jump in. Now, tip number one is there's a lot going on in Marvel Rivals. So having at least a brief understanding of all the heroes and a basic understanding of what they can do is going to help you out massively, even if you only plan on playing one character. Go into the practice range, put on the cooldowns to be unlimited, and then just see what these characters are capable of so that when you're in a match, you're not going toe-to-toe as Wolverine to Luna, and then you're shocked that you're frozen as an X-Men popsicle, and then you die, right? So it's good to just have a brief understanding of these characters. And that takes us right into tip number two, and that is read every single ability carefully. There are so many heroes that have like 8 different things packed into one. A lot of them have them hidden within their passive. So if you're playing a Winter Soldier, you need to know how you can get that bonus health. Or if you're playing Wolverine, you need to know how you can get that healing factor to have a quicker cooldown. It's going to be extremely advantageous for you. Number 3, and this might be obvious to you, learn when to use your ultimate at the right damn time. So many people I see just spamming their ultimate because it's their best ability and they want to see what happens. But guys, know that the ultimate is the best thing in your toolkit, and to combine this with other ultimates is massive within the game. If you're a duelist, you're looking to get a lot of eliminations or pick off low health characters. If you are a tank, you're looking to set up a big moment for your duelist or the team fight, right? So maybe something like Groot, you root everybody down and then you have a Scarlet Witch come in. Or lastly, if you're a support, you can use it as a defensive tool if they're using their ultimates. You don't want to just pop them willy-nilly. I see this most with DPS and tanks, but that's something definitely crucial to know. Number 4 is, guys, learn the team-ups. I'm going to have a video all about this in depth, but know the team-ups. They're absolutely ridiculous in crack. They give percentage to stats. They can do things like infinite ammo to Punisher, or maybe tap into Limbo as Psylocke and rewind time as an escape. If you're playing as a duo, it's a great thing to look at, and then you have a huge advantage potentially over your opponent. Or if you're just playing by yourself and you see somebody insta-lock Thor, and maybe you play Storm, that Storm you play is going to be a whole lot better with Thor on the team. So just something to look out for. Now, number 5, guys, use your environment as a free and easy shield. Listen, your supports can't heal you if they're focus firing you, right? If you're Iron Man and you're right in the middle of the sky with a big sign on your chest saying, "Shoot me," you're gonna die. You know, the Vanguard's point is to distract the enemy team and get that focus fire. But if they're all on you, there's nothing they can do anyway. So peeking corners as maybe Punisher or Iron Man and just being selective with the environment you use is going to go a long way. All right, number 6, guys, learn the maps, right? Not only learn the maps on where to go, and some of these are pretty big, especially the newer ones that came after Alpha and Beta, but learn the interactions within them, right? If you are a flanker, look at the flank routes to know what to do. You can spectate your own games and look at a camera, or just by playing enough, you'll kind of find them out. But also the interactions in the map, right? Look at the symbiote that you can shoot to go up a level quickly, or if you know it's the last push, you need to know where the great places to stand for a final last team fight. There's a lot of things that you can pick up just by learning the maps, and you're going to become a whole lot better for it. Now, number 7, we're kind of wrapping up on the beginner ones, but do your daily missions, do the challenges, and then they have these new season events, and there's different things to get you currency in the game, like for skins, for example. And a lot of these are things you would be doing probably anyway. You just don't know you should be doing it. It's like a game within a game. If you're trying to win the magic, great. But also, it doesn't hurt if you try to do X thing to get something for skin. And then last tip, guys, very easy understanding. You don't have to go too complex here, but just know the basics of projectile and a hit scan and what that means. So projectile, there's a travel time to the target for damage and healing, right? Hit scan is automatic, and this is important whenever you're trying to go up against an Iron Man. So Hawkeye has a projectile. It's not going to instantly lock on where other characters would have that instant hit registration, right? Something like Punisher. So food for thought. You don't need to know too much, but something to at least get somewhat familiar with. All right, so we're moving on to a bit more advanced tips. I think there are a couple of these in the beginner section, but oh well. Every character has a melee. use the melee. I can't tell you guys how good a melee is in this game for a quick finish. Maybe you're out of ammo or an ability. Just hit them over the head with the melee. It's going to help you a lot. And on top of this, and this is leaning into expert, but also it's just going to increase your time to kill. There's some one-shot combos or an ability that you can use with another ability with the melee to get an instant kill on your opponent. So definitely use your melee. Now, number 9, guys, we got a couple setting ones in here. This is the first. If you play support, this is a must, and it is your healing reticle feedback setting. What you can do with this is you can turn this on, and you're going to have green show up when you're healing a teammate, which is obvious. You got a sound cue, but when you're far away as someone like Luna or Loki, it's tough to tell because they can damage and they can heal, and so this is vital to turn on, and it's going to really help your game. Number 10, pretty obvious, but just need to point it out. Pick off the supports first when you can in a team fight. Supports are kind of the bread and butter. Tanks are important and all, and DPS. But if you take out the supports, your chances of winning go up a ton. Trust me. And a bonus tip with this is protect your own supports. Make sure that your supports are alive. If they have a flanker, if they have a Spider-Man, just know they're heading for the Luna. They're heading for the Jeff. Guys, it's simple. It could be its own tip, really. Keep your Jeff alive. All right, number 11, guys, is destroy equipment. I can't tell you guys how much equipment is in this game, and sometimes it's even better than just killing the hero that you see right in front of you. And Rocket Raccoon has a revive. Getting rid of that is massive. Or maybe you get rid of Loki's runestone that is healing and turning all damage into healing within the enemy team. There's a lot of different equipment that these characters have, and so when you see one, take a second. It's tempting to shoot the hero, but get rid of it and then, go on with the team fight. Communicate. Like, I know you might not want to do voice comms with a boy or girl and the others. I get it, man. It's the internet. There's some weird people out there. But you can at least use pings in the game. These are super helpful for visual indications of an opponent on the enemy team, and it gives your entire team that ping on where that opponent is. Maybe it's a sniper. Or if you're playing Namor and you go into your stasis bubble, you can ask for healing. Not too much, but you can ask for it. And then your healer knows you're protected, and then they can top you off. So there's a lot of good ways to use this, even if you're in voice comms. Just get used to using pings. They're going to help you a ton within the game. Number 13, we've got another settings for you, and that is your combat mix. There's this nice setting that you can change the volume of things you hear within the game. You can also turn on subtitles if you maybe just are a quick reader and you can know when there's an ultimate happening. But with this, you can turn down certain volumes. You can make it more environmental if you want to be, kind of immersed in the gameplay. It's not going to help you that much, but focused is probably the best if you want to sweat. But you can also just make things a bit louder, like hit registration and a whole lot more. All right, guys, we're going to transition into the last bit, the expert tips, and we kick off with animation canceling. Now, I don't have one specific character for you. We're not going to dive too deep into it. That's for another video. But practically every character in Rivals has some form of animation canceling, whether it's Magneto, and you could get a little bit of a quicker time to kill, and just not letting the entire process of each move work itself out. So something to look into and look forward to when we get to our advanced guides. All right, number 16, another quick one that I am throwing in here. Should have gone in advance, but too late now. And that is going to be your crosshair. You can change your crosshair, guys. You should know this by now, but if you don't, you can do whatever you want with it. You can make it big, short. You don't need one at all. You can make it, red, green, whatever you want to do with it to make it easier for you guys to see people within the game. So go ahead and give it a try. Go through the settings and see what you like. All right, number 17. A lot of heroes have a lot of settings, guys. You can adjust all the different keybinds to your different characters in the game. But if you go to specific characters, which you should know this, but if you go to ones like Spider-Man, for example, he has a automatic swing. It's not that great. It might be good for a couple of games, but if you're truly looking to get good at Spider-Man, the difference of picking where you can swing off of or it just going to the nearest thing it can swing off of is massive, and it's going to make you a much better player by turning this off. Venom also has one called Easy Swing, exact same thing. This is going to help you as well. It's the little things that are built in the game to help you with training wheels, but the better you get, you're going to want to turn these off. All right, next up is wall crawling, and this one might not be for everybody, but I know for myself, playing with keyboard and mouse and using my cursor, it's a lot easier to wall crawl, and I have a bit more direction there. I think it's easier if you play with controller as well. Just as a small tip, So things like Jeff, there's a lot of characters that can wall climb on this game. So go ahead and take a look at the settings for yourself. Number 19 is kind of a twofer. Just going to throw 2 in here. Why not? Is destructible environments are massive. And listen, this could have gone probably in advanced or beginner. But the better you get of learning how all the environments in the game both destroy to make new routes and get rid of routes and or give you a more advantageous position to get to the opponent, the better. It takes a lot of time to learn these, and when they recover, there's a lot to them. But starting to learn any of these is going to help you massively. Learn the maps, but then learn about the destructible environments. It's something that's going to stay within this game, and so it's definitely worth putting the time into. And then bonus tip here, guys, 3D enhancement. If you play with headphones, this is just a great thing to turn on. It's going to give you a lot more of a scope of range where things are happening, right? If you got the Star-Lord yelling whatever he yells on his ultimate and it's you know you're going to die, at least you know it's coming from the corner behind you. And then last, guys, I hate to do this. I do. But tip number 20 is subscribe to Cozy Rivals, guys. We're growing like crazy. This is awesome. And I plan on doing a lot of content just like this, from team-up abilities to tier lists to map guides to advanced guides on characters. And if this video helped you out at all, you can help me out by clicking one button. It helps this community grow and my videos get out there and all that good stuff. But anyway, guys, have a good one. Have a great one. Good luck out there in the matches. And until the next one, happy rivaling.